Hello YouTube, this is Bash, bringing you here for the semifinals matchup. Team Builder against Krypto and Antiville Ampharos, which I can never say correctly, I don't know why. But yeah, um, I guess you can kind of figure out by this video what happened last week. But I guess there's spoilers, and definitely go watch last week's against TCMTL, the quarterfinals. Spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We ended up winning because he could not break the core of Palisand, Melodic, Jirachi, and the combination of Lumberry, Como just ended up winning the game. Off of the combination of Como and Mega Nancy just won the game. So yeah, this week we are playing Krypto though, our semifinals. And his team is kind of scary, actually. But let's go into his team. Mega Zam, Lando T, Infernape, Tapu Fini, Scolipede, Umbreon, Klefki, Rotombo, Barbarical, and Quilladin. Now, some things to note about his team. First, there is Mega Zam is always terrifying. It now gets Nasty Paw in post DLC. So, oh my god, that is scary. Oh, also, yeah, so I guess we want to talk about the playoffs, by the way. We are the third seed, he's the fourth seed. For the first round, A12 beat Shy Guy. Don upset Sketch, so now there's no number 2 seed. I'm number 3, and I beat TCMTL, and then Krypto beat Jimmy. So A12 and I got to pick our matchup sort of, but I didn't really get. I guess technically I picked, but not really. So A12 picked on, and then I just was left with Krypto. So yeah, that's how the playoffs work. But going to this match, oh boy, Mega Zam with Nasty Paw is terrifying. Yeah, base 150 speed and already has a huge special attack stat, so it's gonna be quite terrifying. Thank God we allow Pursuit in this league to try to help with it. But there's a lot of different sets that Mega Zam could run. Nasty Paw, other things there's a lot of different things you could do. That could be terrifying against my team. Next, Lando T. Lando T is kind of scary with Intimidate, but I don't know, with Rock Polish, Swords Dance, Momentum, Choice Scarf kind of thing. Don't know what to expect though. With me having Grassy Surge, Earthquake is going to be very weak this week. If I end up bringing that. So that's something to keep in mind. He might shy away from that. He might even bring a special set. That'd be kind of wild, like a Calm Mind. That could be really cool for his point. But with a Yachi parry, that could be really cool on his team. But that's something to keep in mind. Infernape is next. Infernape, I'm expecting either Choice Scarf or Nasty Plot. Choice Scarf makes a lot of sense just because that means it outspeeds my entire team other than Choice Scarf Torn. And it makes sure I outspeed Choice Scarf Jirachi. Because with having Mega Zam, I'm forced to either bring... I feel like I'm forced to bring either Choice Scarf Jirachi, Rillaboom, or Entei. And just out of the 3 right there, Entei is very bad this matchup. I'll go into that in a second, though. But Choice Scarf, Rillaboom, Jirachi seem like the most likely brings in. Choice Scarf and Frame outspeed both, and it's able to beat those both down. So that's really nice for him. So you need to keep that in mind. Tapu Fini. Now, Tapu Fini is the reason why Entei cannot come this match. Tapu Fini with Misty Terrain. Can't get any burns from Sacred Fire. That's one. Tapu Fini also shuts down Entei. It's just such an easy switch in for him that there's no point of even bringing Entei this match, to be honest. Choice Man Entei would be really good if it wasn't for Tapu Fini. Really good against this team. But because he didn't bring that, sadly, it's not for this match. Extreme Speed would be really good for Mega Zam. Sacred Fire would be really spammable against this team otherwise. But yeah, I can't do anything about that because of Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini is really annoying, to be honest, to break. He loves Tapu Fini, so I'm totally expecting Tapu Fini for the Milotic to try to bring that down. Maybe even Nature's Madness, to be honest, against my team. It can make kind of sense. To be honest, I could see an offensive. I'm mostly expecting a defensive Tapu Fini though. Maybe even Spadef, to be honest. No, probably more physical defensive because of the Como. Because Como has put in a lot more work the last couple weeks. Um, yeah, that's probably the way to. Probably what I see him do. I'm guessing that's what he's going with. Probably Fizdef kind of taunt kind of thing. Maybe some speed investment. Scolipede. Scolipede is interesting. Now, Scolipede is interesting because so it cannot really break Palossand. Come on, those two they can't break either one of those really. So what I'm other than maybe Endeavor set. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting either Hazard Stack or Endeavor or even both to be honest against my team. If I see Scolipede on my screen, because otherwise beat it doesn't really beat Palossand or Como, and it has a tough time with a grassy terrain up with Jirachi, and Tornti can take a hit or two. I know it can really help with it too. It's just like it's just really tough for him with Scolipede. And technically, like I have decent priority in like Entei, and then like Sucker Punch from Skuntank. Like it's just kind of rough for Scolipede unless he's Hazard Stack in my opinion. So something to keep in mind. Umbreon. Umbreon can be really annoying because first off, its two abilities are pretty decent this match actually. Inner Focus and Synchronize, whatever. And the fact that it helps with Jirachi, Synchronize is really good for statuses again. So if I decide to Thunder Wave something, Umbreon switches, I can get paralyzed back, which is kind of annoying. Inner Focus is really good for shutting down Serene Grace, Iron Head shenanigans with Jirachi, so that's something to keep in mind. Both those are decent. If the one thing is that if Mega Nancy is Mega Evolved, Umbreon can't really do anything to it. So I'm probably thinking that if he brings it, it's going to be Baton Pass set. Fizdef probably Baton Pass. It could be really decent this match per se, but it has trouble with like a bunch of other things, so he's going to need to keep getting up momentum. Klefki. Klefki is 100% coming. I will be shocked if it's not on my screen. Klefki is very good against Mega is his only really good reliable switch into Mega Nancy. Tapu Fini, if I get a little bit chipped on it, it goes down to Moonblast, depending on the set. Klefki, Klefki has Magnet Rise, which is really good for Mega Nancy. Honestly, that's the only mon that prevents me from just spamming its Mega Nancy's dual stabs, to be honest. But yeah, Klefki's really could be annoying with like Magnet Rise or like Spikes. I'm guessing he's bringing like a steel coverage. Like I'll be shocked if he doesn't. I could see him bring like something like either dual screens, Magnet Rise, Flash Cannon kind of thing. I can see him bring Spikes with like I think Magnet Rise is probably a decent bring. I feel like he's gonna be leftovers too as well. But I think I'll be prepared for that. But Earth Power would two shot Spadef Klefki otherwise. So I'm guessing he's gonna be Magnet Rise. Rotom Mo is kind of annoying. In the fact that it is really good at getting momentum. The mons I want to switch it that want to block the what's it called, Volt Switch, don't appreciate Leaf Storm. And I have two ground types, right? And Palossand and Trapinch, and they don't want to think of Leaf Storm at all. One thing to note, Rotom Mo does not actually. Rotom Mo does not actually get affected by terrain. So that means I could status it, even if Misty terrain's up. Another thing is, it can't really do like. Here's the thing. So the best thing it really does to Como and Rillaboom is status it. So I'm expecting like maybe like a Will-O-Wisp or Thunder Wave with Volt Switch, Leaf Storm, maybe foul play. I don't know, like something like that, or paint split, or defog, something like that, or Rotom. It makes the most sense for this game, this match, to be honest. If he decides to bring it, Barbarical. Now Barbarical has a really difficult time breaking Como. Very difficult time. So I'm expecting Barbarical to. I'm not sure if he's going to bring Barbarical. It's like an iffy kind of situation because Barbarical can help um, pressure. It could help with Entei, I guess. It could pressure both my water types. Like it could put on a decent amount of offensive pressure. The one thing is that Como would be a really good answer to it, and my little can help with it too as well. Last but not least, he is a little boy, the Quoden. Uh, Quoden is kind of annoying. He loves his ability of bulletproof. Quoden, and he's probably gonna be like a spikes. If he brings it, I expect like Roar, Spikes, Super Fang, Synthesis kind of shenanigans, just to be really annoying. I have ways. I think I'm gonna have ways to deal with that, but like that's the set I think will come against his team, against my team. Um, he loves that thing. There's a good chance he brings it. To be honest, it could help with Rillaboom. It could help with yeah, Moloch. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, that's what it helps with. So, let's go and let me talk a little bit about his team. His team, Steel types do put a lot of pressure on his team. To be honest, both of his water types are both neutral to Steel. His Steel type is neutral to Steel type attacks. His switch-ins to Steel types are Infernape and Rotom. So, well, his resist to Steel types. Infernape is frail. Rotom it best recovery gets his pain split, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem like the best. Like it can just run coverage, which means Jirachi's coming, 100%. Don't know. We'll talk about this in a second, but in a little bit. But that's something I wanted to point out. He also, other than Klefki, dual stats Mega Dance goes in on this team. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. So, but other than that, let's go into the matchup. I guess the team I'm bringing. We're leading up with Mega Dance, Rock Polish, Moonblast, Diamond Storm, Mystical Fire. So now, yeah, I talked about Earth Power in the team builder, but I very confident that he is bringing Magnet Rise Klefki. Plus, Mystical Fire allows me to hit, but Rotom Mo harder and Quoden. Mystical Fire has a chance to 2 KO Klefki if it's max BDF. Earth Power guarantees it, but I really think Magnet Rise is coming. I don't want to deal with that this match. And Mystical Fire just hits his team better against some of the things, so I don't have to. Both Moonblast and Dinosaur is very spammable. I could just click Mystical Fire. And also, it allows Megazam to not really be able to set up on me, like Calm Mind kind of shenanigans or something like that. And like, yeah, Tapu Fini, I could get Mystical Fire off on it. If I need a little more chip damage to, it allows me to take a hit against Tapu Fini with Mystical Fire a lot better. So that's something to keep in mind. Next, we're going Jirachi, Choice Scarf Jirachi. Now, U-turn Iron Head, Ice Punch, and Stealth Rocks. Originally, this was Body Slam instead of Ice Punch, but I realized Rotom Mo is kind of annoying. So I'd rather forego the coverage to hit Infernape rather than and then just get Ice Punch, because I'm expecting Infernape to be Choice Scarf anyway. So like, yeah, I don't think there's a point to running like Body Slam, especially since I want Stealth Rocks on this game too. Get some chip damage on this team. This thing, 2 shots Mega Alakazam with U-turn or Iron Head, both on 2 shot. If he's as long as he's not like max defensive kind of thing. U-turn's really good for momentum. And this thing, I'm guessing Klefki's gonna be Spadef, so it's not a switch into Jirachi. That's something to keep in mind. I guess flinch things down, to be honest, which is really nice for me. Ice Punch is really good too, because I know like technically, yes, I'm just asking for Axe, but technically, because if Mystery Terrain's up, I can still freeze the Rotom Mo, as I said before, because it's levitating, so it doesn't get affected by terrain. So that's something to keep in mind. Next is Milotic, Recover, Scald, Haze, Mirror Coat. So I might change this set a little bit. The reason I may change this set is because of um, I might switch it to Dragon Tail instead of Haze. I'm trying to debate that right now. The only reason I have Haze is because of the Tapu Fini over Dragon Tail, I guess. This makes a lot more sense that wise, I guess. Or if he's sub Mega Alakazam. Um, but yeah, I mean technically if he's I'm better if he's taught anyway. If he's taught Mega Alakazam, it's better for me anyway in this situation. Miraco's very good against his team too. I couldn't think of another move to really help with this. I guess maybe Dragon Tail, but I feel like Miracle is better. Partially, so like if he taunts me with Tapu Fini, I can just mirror code it. Rotom I can mirror code stuff like that. I can just mirror code and just put in a lot of pressure. Mega Zam, mirror code that. You know, it's just that kind of thing. Like I kind of like that in this match at least. Next we got Torn T. Torn T is very important in this match. Heavy duty boots, Heat Wave, Hurricane, Heat Wave, U-turn taunt. I was originally Sky, not Sky Plate, Sharp Beak. But I'm changed it to heavy duty boots because of the fact that I want to be able to keep this as healthy throughout the game. And that means that I'm not taking 25% from rocks, so I'm getting the full regenerator. So that means I could get this longevity of Torn T is going to be like better for this game. Taunt's very good for this game for shutting down Umbreon, Tapu Fini, Quoden, Shell Smash Barbarical, Klefki. Like Taunt's really good this match. Hurricane and Heat Wave is very sparingable against this team, other than for Barbarical. And then U-turns for momentum. Barbarical is the one thing that could really deal with this set pretty well. But I don't let it Shell Smash with this set, which is really nice. And I don't know if he brings Barbarical against my team, so that's something to keep in mind. Next we got Pepe Le Pew. Crunch, Poison Trap, Pursuit. Oh, also Torn T outspeeds. Did I outspeed Scolipede? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. I outsped Infernape. I didn't think I should outspeed max speed Scolipede. Didn't make sense for me. I felt like max speed Infernape though was very like likely, like a possible. Wouldn't be max speed. I just want to make sure, just in case of the speed creeping kind of shenanigans. So, but let's go into this. Black Sludge, Aftermath, Crunch, Poison Jab, Pursuit, Defog. Aftermath is pretty decent against his teams, such as like for setup threats like Barbarical, Scolipede, Infernape, Lando T. Yeah, Umbreon technically too. Aftermath would do a ton to that. Crunch, Poison Jab, Pursuit. Defog is really good against his team. For this set at least, this is basically here for Mega Alakazam to help pressure Tapu Fini. And removal, I guess, per se too. But this is mainly for Mega Zam. If Mega Zam goes down with this, I am perfectly fine with this trade. Because this thing is here to deal with Mega Zam. Crunch and Pursuit. Obviously they know what they do. I might switch one of the moves to Sucker Punch, but I'm thinking I'm going to keep it with Crunch, Pursuit, Poison Jab because of the fact that Sucker Punch, it is good against his team, but like I don't want him to get free setup for free or like a free recover off. Because technically this set doesn't OHKO Mega Zam based off this investment I'm thinking it's going to do about 95% with Pursuit or Crunch, one of the two, if I Pursuit trap it. So if I get Rocks up, which is why I have Stealth Rocks up on Jirachi, that thing, Mega Zam is dead. Poison Jab, of course, is really good for the Tapu Fini. I take 2 Focus Blasts with this set, which is kind of what the investment's for this. And with the Black Sludge, especially if and then if I get Grassy Terrain up on top of that, it's going to be even better for this. But yeah, because you're going to see last mod is Hammer Time, Rillaboom, Substitute, Swords Dance, Drum Beating, High Horsepower. So I went through so many sets with Rillaboom. So I said either in the matchup I was either bringing Choice Scarf Jirachi or Choice Scarf Rillaboom. Choice Scarf Jirachi just makes a lot more sense in this game. Rillaboom can't really do much of his Choice Scarf against Scolipede and Infernape. And I said before that Steel type moves are pretty spammable against his team. So I feel like pretty confident about that. Hammer Time's pretty good this match. Sub, Swords Dance, Drum Beating, High Horsepower. Now, the only thing, so this thing's coming in on Tapu Fini, right? This is the idea, and I'm gonna get like a free sub off and then Swords Dance up. I'm guessing, I don't know what he wants to do with that. I don't know what he wants to switch in exactly to this. Maybe Klefki, because if I get a sub up, I could get a free Swords Dance off and put on a lot of pressure on Klefki. I don't know what he wants to switch into this. Infernape dies to High Horsepower. If I get a Swords Dance off and I'm behind a sub, this thing puts in the absolute finest work. This could also Rotom could switch into this, but Rotom can't do anything if I'm subbed up. to me really, other than maybe foul play. So that's something to keep in mind. I get a free sword stance off and put on a lot of pressure on his team. Um, Drum beating is really nice. Basically the speed investment. I sped crep defensive Rotombo. Like non-speed. I don't think he needs really that much speed in Rotombo, to be honest, unless he wants to to outspeed Rillaboom or Kombo for like sub shenanigans. Um, I also put a little bit of speed just to speed creep Tapu Fini, because we're both speed tiering, so I'm guessing it's just going to be like debatable about like the speed. This HP allows me to not get 3-hit KO by Ace Beam. I think with leftovers and wait, I think that's the set. Yeah, like for me to not. So Ice Beam with this set only does 50 less than it does 49.6% max if he's like 12 special attack Fini, which is like the basic damage calc, which is based off of. Forget S. That means I can set this up for free. SD with drum beating and high horsepower. So drum beating is really nice to lower speed, which is really cool. I think. Let me actually check something before I say something. Drum beating is really nice on the fact that in case I am sub up and I can't get the SD up, drum beating allows me to slow some things down. So that means that if I get a drum beating off, I outspeed. In this case, with the speed investment, I outspeed Lando T at -1. I outspeed, I believe, Infernape at -1 speed. I do not outspeed Omega Alexander speed creeping, so I need to keep that in mind. But Infernape, I want to see this real quick. Actually. Okay, so one thing is I will not outspeed Infernape, but Infernape does not want to take high horsepower, so I'm not clicking drum beating against Infernape anyway. This also could be really good. Like I could set this up on Barbarical too, by the way. But this is really good for this match. High horsepower plus. If this set, if I'm at +2, the only thing that taking a hit well is Quoden. Umbreon. If it's Spadef Umbreon, it gets OHKO'd by drum beating at +2. If he's physical, it does like 60-70% from drum beating, and I lower the speed, so like that's something to keep in mind. Quoden's the only thing they could deal with this. High horsepower at +2 takes out Skullby. High horsepower by Rillaboom takes +2 takes out Infernape. Drum beating at +2 takes out Lando T. Rotomo can take a hit, but it gets 2 shot at +2 by drum beating, and I outspeed it anyway and get the sub off later on. So like that's something to keep in mind. Klefki is 1 shot by high horsepower +2. Tapu Fini is almost 1 shot by just no boosting. Barbarico's 1 shot. Yeah, so his team does not answer this well at all. I think the best way he has to deal with this is to revenge it, to be honest. Or just not let me set up, but I'm going to try to get this in to try to beat down his team, especially with the fact that I'm getting leftovers and Grassy Surge Recovery. Subs are not going to be as much of a big deal. If I got Horn Leech, it would be really cool with like a Tapu Bulu set, but unfortunately I don't get that. But I feel like this is pretty good, this matchup. Feel pretty good about it, actually. Should be interested to see. Also, with the sub up, I don't get intimidated from Lando T. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So that's our team we're going with this week. As I said, I might switch this around, and I might switch this around with like Dragon Tail and Sucker Punch. I think this will stay the same. I debated this a lot. So yeah. Hope I'll see you tomorrow for our match against Krypto. Hopefully, you can win this and make it to the finals of Krash. That would be really good. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, Bash out.